Hey guys, Dakara here and welcome back to my channel, and as you can tell I'm super sick guys, but I'm dying to watch this episode, so we're just gonna ignore how rough I look right now and we're just gonna enjoy some great TV together, okay? Obviously excuse the sniffles and the coughs guys, so without further ado, let's roll that intro and get stuck into the reaction. Here we go. Why the super sad music? Have they been raided? Oh, Jesus.
Yes, sir. Tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
She'll be with you for the rest of your life. Yeah?
Is this when they first got the ship?
Seriously, Zoe, what do you think?
Honestly, sir, I think you got robbed. What's that, sir?
Freedom is what?
I meant, what's that?
Oh. Yeah, just step around that. I think something must have been living in here. Hire a good pilot, maybe a cook.
Yeah, and then she meets Walsh as well.
Get her running again.
Yeah,
So not running now.
not so much.
But Kaylee will sort that out, right? Well, I wonder when they meet Kayla.
Got a name all picked out.
With you till the day you die. This isn't looking good, is it? He's been stabbed or shot. I am confusion because there is no sign of anybody else right now. Where the hell's the crew?
No! That is not true.
How many hours before is this?
Could make it all the way to Greenleaf without running afoul of any Alliance patrols. Or a single living soul, for that matter.
Is that what he's eating?
Shepard told us a funny story about being a preacher. Now you tell us a funny story about being a doctor.
The sick people are hilarious.
Inara, she's got to have some funny horn stories, I'd wager.
Jane, that was so rude.
Don't discuss my clients.
Oh, come on, Nara, who'd know?
I think Kaylee may need your help after all.
No one's pulled up on the fact that that was extremely rude. I want to hear his story. Happy birthday.
You get a hold no flour, so it's mostly protein. But I tried to get the frosting as chocolatey tasting as possible.
I love that it's like proper candles shoved in the top.
What the hell was that?
Hopefully not Reavers.
Fire.
Okay, right.
You don't want to hear him. Oh my gosh.
Zoe! She gonna be okay? I need my med kit.
The way Zoe jumped then to save her.
Where do you think you're going?
Zoe's been badly hurt. I need my medical supplies.
I let you through. We all die.
Is that how it would travel? Surely not. And how do we get to this point?
It's okay, you're gonna stop the shock.
I like that transition. That was cool.
I need you up in the engine room figuring out what caused this.
She ain't moving.
Which is why we need to suss out what it was happened so we can get her going again, right?
Why do we have to have a sad episode when I'm already fragile?
Wash, I need you on the bridge.
Zoe's hurt.
And the doctor is gonna do everything he can.
Not leaving her side, Mal. Don't ask me again.
You're gonna get to that bridge, and you're gonna get us back on our feet.
Okay, that's intense. That is very intense.
Shouldn't be a problem at all.
And then they just throw in a mustache like that and I'm supposed to not react. I've just gone from like close to tears and now I'm laughing. Oh, what a ride.
Just, feel around with the dials there. We'll be nearby. Great, ain't he?
I don't like him.
What?
No way.
What? What about him bothers you?
I'm not sure. It's something.
Your something comes up against a list of recommendations as long as my leg.
Which leg? Sorry.
Her heart stopped.
Maybe someone should get her husband out here.
I should be nervous now, right?
So what are we breathing?
Whatever got pumped into the Atmo before the explosion shut it all down.
Most of that oxygen got ate up by the fire on its way out the door.
They're gonna run out of oxygen.
A couple of hours, maybe. We'll start to feel it, and then we won't feel nothing at all.
Great. Everything's fine.
She won't know it, but as long as her condition remains like this, she'll outlive us all.
Can they not use that, like, side chip that Inara always uses, and I'll just get the hell out of there?
The human body will...
Please, I don't really require a clinical description right now.
We'll die gasping. But we won't. That's not going to happen. We'll freeze to death first.
Thanks for those heartwarming words there, River. Appreciate it.
I guess the news that we're all going to be purple and bloated and fetal in a few hours has made me a little snippy.
If all you're gonna do is sit around here and whinge about it, no.
What do you expect me to do, Mal?
Whatever you have to.
Be forced to stop and dig out our signal before they could even go anyplace. Well, maybe I should do that then.
Maybe you should.
Okay, good. Fine. Hey.
Fine.
Look what you two think you're doing. Fighting at a time like this. You use up all the air.
There he is. I was like, since when did Jane care? But then, you know, of course he does, because it affects him.
Life support failure. Check oxygen levels at once.
Life support failure. That's what you want to hear, right?
Master?
I really like how they're transitioning these shots.
Esther?
What?
When we landed, you said you needed a few days to get a space-worthy again.
Oh, no. Captain.
It's not going to be an hour, is it?
Secondary grab boot shot.
No, it ain't. Ain't nothing wrong with your grab boot.
No way, it's Kaylee.
Hello.
Kaylee.
Grab boot ain't your trouble. I seen the trouble plain as day when I was down there on my back before.
Oh god, this is jokes.
I'm pointing right at it.
Hey!
That should, there.
You got much experience with a vessel like this?
I never even been up in one before.
Want it?
For how long?
Long as you like.
So we've met, well, we already knew Zoe, but we've met Wash, and now we've met Kaylee. We just need Inara and Jane.
Wow. What do you need two mechanics for?
I really don't.
Yeah, you're sacked. Do one.
Usually she lets me know when something's wrong. Maybe she did, I just wasn't paying attention. Gonna need a new one.
There is no new one. You gotta make do with what you got.
That's what he had in his hands, innit? When he was bleeding out.
It don't fit no more.
Well, you gotta figure a way to make it fit. Without this, engine don't turn. Engine don't turn, life support won't function.
Life support failure. Check oxygen levels at once.
Come on, put that new bit in. You've got this, Mal. I believe.
Locking target.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
What we got are two shuttles. Short range, won't go far. We send both shuttles off in opposite directions. Betters the chances of someone getting seen, maybe picked up.
That was my thought as well, to be fair.
What about you?
He's gonna stay behind and try and fix it.
I'm staying with Serenity.
Captain.
We sent out a beacon. Get a response, someone's gonna have to be here to answer.
Captain goes down with his ship.
Let's get those shuttles prepped.
He's put his crew before himself.
Jane, you get shuttle number 2 ready. I'll see to ours. Let's get moving.
Mel.
You fly smart. Don't push too hard. Shuttle life supports will last you a good long while.
This isn't the ancient sea. You don't have to go down with your ship.
That I might have to owe you. Well, here she is.
I feel so emotional. I need to get a grip. Right, so this is when they first met.
You want me on your ship?
Do I?
Because I can bring something that your surveyor or any of the other fish you might have online can't. A certain respectability. And based on what little I've seen of your operation, I suspect that's something you could use.
Oh, I see. That's how she wangles it.
Why are you even here? What are you running from?
I'm not running from anything.
If it's alliance trouble you got, you might want to consider another ship.
I supported unification.
Well, I don't suppose you're the only whore that did.
Stop that.
That's the last time you get to call me whore.
But he says it. He says it again. Many a time.
Possible, don't waste what you got.
Let me do that. You never could operate this thing.
I think we're gonna have a moment now before they go.
I'm not leaving Serenity.
Well, you don't have to die alone.
Everybody dies alone.
Oh my god.
When your miracle gets here, you just pound this button once, it'll call back both shuttles.
I much prefer them not screaming at each other.
I prepped a suit for you. It's hanging in the foredeck. So when the time comes,
I won't be needing it.
well,
So heartwarming. He'll put that item in, and then the team and the crew are gonna find him, right? They must do, because, I mean, it's episode 8, so. Still doesn't explain how he got shot or injured, though, does it?
You do understand, I can't invite you aboard my vessel. I don't know you. I ain't asking for a ride, Captain. Just a little push is all.
He does not look well.
I don't expect to see any weapons when we board. And I do expect to see that engine part before I open the door. I feel like maybe we can do business.
So he gives them the engine part, but they end up having a fight. He ransacks the ship. Yay, nay.
Search the ship. Start with the cockpit and work your way down.
I thought we were going to be reasonable about this.
Reason. He's gonna talk to us about reason now.
that's a joke.
Oh, and this is how he meets Jane.
How much they paying you?
7% straight off the top.
7.
I'll do you 10.
You move on over to this side. We'll not only show you where the stuff's at, we'll see to it you get your fair share.
This seems fitting, to be fair, doesn't it? They've done well here.
Jane, I ain't asking.
Shut up. How big a room?
Ship's clear, Captain.
I love it.
Take a look around. Decide what you think is fair.
Already decided.
Take your people and go.
I mean, they've got some big guns on them there. Oh, dear me. This time it's gonna work. Yeah. So you just gotta push that red button.
I'll run up there.
They found him.
You did that for me. I'd do anything for you.
And that's Zoe, right? So Zoe's okay.
Welcome back, sir.
I go someplace?
Yeah. Try not to speak. You're heavily medicated and you've lost a lot of blood.
He's giving his blood to Mal.
We'd have been back first if there's something wrong with Nara's shuttle. It smells funny.
I told you that's incense.
So you say.
Oh my god, this group of people. I love this character as well.
I have to insist the captain needs to rest.
Yeah, I think the doc might not be wrong about that one.
We'll be here.
Good.
Do you remember when I wasn't a fan of Mal? How things change.
I'll tell you what.
I tell you what.
Treat her proper. She'll be with you for the rest of your life. You hear a word I've been saying?
I want that one. Oh, I loved it. I absolutely loved that. So another episode down and another absolute banger as well. And I've fallen in love with the characters on this show, and it just makes me sad knowing that it was cancelled way too soon, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a lot easier for me than it would have been for a lot of you guys that watched in real time, because at least I know ahead of time that there is only a set amount of episodes in a movie. Because if I would have watched this at the time and then hearing the news of the cancellation, that would have sucked. So I'm hopeful really that the movie rounds everything up, because it is the movie after, isn't it? I have done it in the right order. I'm pretty sure I've done it in the right order. So I did get quite emotional through this episode, and I think obviously some of that will have to do with my delicate state at the minute. But a lot of the credit, I think, is for the characters and the writers to really resonate with us. Those bonds that I spoke about, they're so strong, and having this episode really helps to distinguish how far the group have come. And from obviously seeing the meetups and how they were introduced to the crew was so much fun. And what's funny is, apart from Kaylee's, that one was quite surprising, but everyone else's, it's true to their characters and what we know so far. I think with Kaylee, it was more we got to see a wilder side to her, and she still had that exact same quirky personality, but she just seemed younger, I think, in the introduction here. And again, that's probably why she's so enamored with Inara as well, because she has all of this respect being a registered companion, and then Kaylee just comes on sleeping with the mechanic of Serenity and then ends up taking his job. So credit to you, Kaylee, you know, your skills and charisma definitely got you that place there. I think with Mal, it's nice to see him always looking for opportunities to enhance Serenity and their experience on this ship. So with Jane, it was a case of, instead of bloodshed, let's use our minds and we'll barter with him. What are you getting paid? I'll pay you more. Get your own room. Come on. And just like that, he turns on his old crew and joins our crew. It just speaks very much Jane's language, you know, from what we've seen so far. It just makes sense. It's very fitting for him. And then Inara's was interesting to me. Not only my rule is I don't get with anyone that is a part of the crew. I've yet to see those posters, by the way, Mal, and we need to make that happen. But also you need me because what you do is dodgy dealings, and I have respect behind my name, and I can help to raise the respect of the ship by just being on it, which I think is really interesting. We got to see Mal basically showing his disdain for, or lack of respect for, registered companions, and him calling her a whore. So it's nice to get, again, that clarification there from Inara to say, you know, you will not call me that again. When it flashed back to the present and how far the respect has gone there between the two of them, you could see how much she didn't want to leave him on that ship. She begged for him to join the shuttle, and he just wasn't interested. So, yeah, their relationship has come a long way as well. I liked seeing Zoe and Mal at the very beginning and how she's so like, yes, sir. Okay, sir. Yes. What are you doing, sir? But there's also that level of honesty there. So she'll say exactly what she thinks, but with respect. And yeah, some of those things you could definitely see you could take offense to, but I just love their friendship. I genuinely do. And seeing Wash with that porno tash was definitely a highlight for me on this episode. I just found it so funny. And I'd love to see more of those flashbacks and how Zoe ended up actually falling for him and marrying him in the end. So yeah. Oh, what an episode though. Like, really enjoyed that one, genuinely. It's nice to have that different level of emotion when watching. Because obviously from reading shows, you know that they do emotion so well, but I was yet to have seen it within Firefly. We saw it, you know, in little bits here and there, but this one was, the intensity factor was all the way up, and yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I've warmed to Mal like you wouldn't believe. The guy that I genuinely wasn't a fan of at the beginning has grown on me so much now, because he is an extremely layered character and he has a lot of walls up, so it keeps that distance there at times. But the second he drops them barriers, you can see that he's a very loyal and genuinely caring guy. And yes, he'll get angry and tense when it comes to making those orders, like when he told Walsh to work on the ship and Kaylee to work on the ship. He's very firm, and he was arguing back with Wash as well, but it's because he's the captain and he needs to save multiple lives. So yes, Wash was going through a lot and wanting to stay with his wife, but he needed to snap out of that moment so that it would save everyone. I'm not hating on Wash for that, because he's just being a caring husband. I just think that Mal snapping him out of that was needed, as tense as the moment was. I'm sure Simon has never had a birthday that eventful before, and he's getting stories now, you know? And I think that's why they did that scene as well, where everyone's laughing at Shepard for, you know, some hilarity when it comes to being a pastor, but then Simon never gets to tell his story, and it's if they cut him off because they saw he was struggling to find one. Whereas now, being within this group, he's got many stories already. It's as if he's finally living his life. Yes, there's dangers and it's risky, he's on the run, but he's finally experiencing things outside of his typical bubble and rules, and he's just got that freedom now. So yeah, I'm hoping that he's gonna realize the positive changes within his life from finding serenity and finding the crew. So River mentioned the fire before the fire even hit the ship. So there she goes again, being able to see things prior to them even happening. So I'm thinking premonitions, but also it could just be scientifically she sensed that danger was on the way. Maybe she could feel the drop in oxygen, maybe she could feel the heat from the flames. I don't know, there's definitely more to River, and I don't think that they're showcasing River too much right now, and I hope that they do get more of a focus on her and how she got to where she is now. Maybe some flashbacks of whatever the Alliance did to her at the time as well. And before I sign off, I just want to say, Mal, you are an utter legend when it comes to being a captain and a friend, and I'm just genuinely impressed with how he stays so calm during these wild moments. And obviously he's got experience in that field, being at war and all of that as well. But he's a true hero, that guy. He really is. And it just warmed my heart when he's high as a kite asking when he wakes up, is everyone going to be here? Like, yeah, we'll be here. And he's like, good. I just found it so cute. It's very sweet. And yeah, a true family that they've got going on that ship. It's nice to see. It really is nice to see. Okay, I shall leave it there. Again, apologies for the sniffles and stuff. I wasn't too bad, to be fair. I am tired and whatnot, but I still felt like I could fully focus on the episode and get sucked in, so hopefully that come across in the reaction, but obviously I've got to edit it first to see. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. It makes me feel good. I'm sure it'll send me healing vibes, guys. And yeah, subscribe if you could be so kind. But as always, there's no pressure here. I would just love to have you. Let's grow this community, guys. And I have all of these in their extended form over on Patreon, so if you're interested, check that out. While we're on about Patreon, massive shout out to all of my members. You guys are amazing. Special one to my sponsors, utter legends. And yeah, I hope to see you all again soon for another video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Goodbye for now. And before we completely sign off, let's quickly take a comment from the Dakara. And today I've chosen Isaac, and Isaac says, when Simon said he wouldn't do that with Kayla, I think he meant that he wouldn't take advantage of her in an intoxicated state. But it came out wrong because he's just not smooth at all. And to this, it just, I don't know, it made me chuckle. And I think you're completely right when it comes, I mean, I explained in my last reaction, but when it comes to the social skills, I feel like he's lacking because he's been so confined in his bubble of education growing up, and it looks as though he was just born and raised in money and focus when it comes to his education. So to have fun and relaxation and to just be a kid, I don't feel like he ever really got that. So when he meets this group and it's all wild, fun, games, laughter, fear, danger, like it's completely different to what he's used to. And even when it comes to Kayla, I mean, he commented that she was so pretty to him, and it looked as though Kayla was excited by that prospect of him reciprocating her feelings as well. But yeah, it just, the wording never came out right, and I think that that's gonna happen quite often of their wires getting crossed. God bless you, Simon. You do try to be polite and respectful. It just backfires at times, you know? So thank you, Isaac, for leaving your comment and for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you know that. And don't forget, guys, if you want to see one of your comments at the end of these videos, then don't forget to leave them in the comment section below, and maybe yours will be next. But until next time, goodbye for now.